The copper price is set up to explode higher through a rare combination of severely restricted supply due to chronic underinvestment over the past decade, as well as recent production problems around the world at some of the largest copper mines, drastically affecting the output of refined copper. Meanwhile, demand for copper is set to explode from the electrification of the world. Lack of investment and new copper mines, along with multiple current mines either out of production or cutting copper production, will send copper prices soaring. Most recently, on October the 8th, Canadian mining giant Teck Resources is cutting their 2025 production guidance to 415,000 tons to 465,000 tons from 470,000 tons to 525,000 tons of copper. Grasberg Mine, the second largest copper producer, is currently shut down due to a fatal accident in September. Mining giant Codelco has also cut guidance by 30,000 tons this year. To add to all of this, Cobre Panama is still shut down from 2023, causing a loss of 300,000 tons of copper per year in production. Staggering losses for copper production that will not be made up anytime soon. The demand side of the equation is set to see increases in traditional industry and from the newer energy transition sector, which will see an 8.9% compounded rate of demand increases over the next 10 years, including a 10.4 increase for the electrical vehicle sector, 6.8% increase for solar demand, and 7.8% increase for the wind energy industry. Also, in a recent report by Macquarie, estimates between 330,000 and 420,000 tons of copper will be used in data centers alone by 2030. The traditional sector doesn't provide any relief for the copper crunch, set to rise by 1.1%. I don't think that this severe supply demand imbalance is factored into the copper price yet. It looks like the price has drifted higher over the last couple of years, but does not reflect where the copper price needs to go in order for producers to ramp up supply to meet the rapidly escalating demand. Junior exploration stocks will be the vanguard in taking the lead to discover the highly in demand copper pounds for future high growth build out of the infrastructure for the energy transition. Surge Copper is a junior copper explorer well positioned to benefit from the supply demand imbalance in the copper market. Surge is in the mining-friendly jurisdiction of British Columbia and controls a total of 9 billion pounds of copper on its UTSA and Berg deposits. The company has a preliminary economic assessment out on the Berg deposit alone, which has an NPV of $2.1 billion and an IRR of 20% at a $4 copper price. The shares of this company have potential to increase by many multiples in the near future. Pacific Ridge Exploration is another copper explorer in British Columbia that will benefit from this copper supply demand imbalance. Their flagship Clayule project hosts 2.4 billion pounds of copper. The current market cap of 16 million could rise by 5 times in the future to re-rate the value of this stock to the level of its peers. Another great copper explorer, Cygnus Metals, is a copper and lithium exploration company with a focus on developing its past producing copper property Chumugamu, located in Quebec, Canada. There exists a lot of expensive infrastructure on the property, such as a 900,000 ton per annum mill, power, and roads. The property also boasts one of the highest grade copper deposits in the world with 15 million tons, with an average grade of about 3.4% copper equivalent. The stock is very undervalued and will be very likely takeout target for a major. These three well-managed junior copper explorers with proven discoveries in safe jurisdictions are currently extremely undervalued and not yet fully recognized by the market for their potential to increase in share price 5 to 10 times in the near future due to a supply-demand imbalance that few market participants have yet to notice. Once the copper price starts to take off to reflect the reality of this ultra tight copper market, these share prices will ultimately explode higher in price. That's it for now. I do own shares in these companies. This is not financial advice. Please do your own research. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.